What's up, everyone? Rick Knight here. Welcome back to another video here at the Bad Philosopher. Get ready to go to work. I'm working nights. It kind of sucks. All right. Just want to talk about creepy Joe Biden. Uncle Joe has come under fire, at least by a lot of people in the alternative news section, aka the YouTube content creators, people that are in my genre, talking about his behavior with small children, mainly with little girls. He's always like touching them and stroking their hair and kissing them and whispering things to them and smelling them and just doing stuff that is just completely, unnecessary, just inappropriate. It's kind of sick in a way. It's just like, what are you touching them for? Why are you so close? I mean, okay, I get it. You like kids. I mean, I love kids too. I have no need to get so close to them to touch them like that. I mean, unless it's like rough play with a boy where, you body slam him, you drop an elbow on him. You're supposed to do that with a boy, right? You play fight with him, you wrestle, you pick up a pillow, you hit him over the head with the pillow and pretend it's a chair, and, you do stuff like that, like wrestling. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? But as a man, with little girls, like, what are you touching them for? There's just no need to touch them or kiss them or stroke their hair. It's a little creepy, not for nothing. So I just watched a whole bunch of videos of different people doing different videos about Joe and how uncomfortable it's got to be around him. But anyway, let's go further on about creepy Joe. There's other things that have recently popped off. I was watching another video. Now, this is all allegedly stuff that he has said. None of this is factual at the moment, so I want to put that out there. I'm not taking any of this as truth. It's just something that has come to light that may or may not be truthful. Okay, so apparently, or allegedly, I should say, in the 1970s, he's made a comment about black students being bussed into white schools. He's not a fan of it. I guess he allegedly doesn't want black and white students to share the same school, to go to school together, and I guess it's still segregation in Joe Biden's mind in the 1970s. Also, he allegedly said that African American students get a better education when they sit next to his blonde hair and blue eye white children, or something like that, something to the effect that this thing I was reading said. Also, there was a video of him from years back in Senate, either in the House or the Senate, and he's talking and he's saying something about they'll attack his children, his boys, and rape his girls, and society's not safe from them. And I don't know exactly who them are, who they are, who he was talking to. It was just a short clip. I don't want to take his words out of context. He could have been speaking about a particular group, like black people, or he could have been talking about criminals or people like that. I don't want to take his words and make something of it if I'm not sure what he's talking about exactly, because I only saw a small clip of the video, and we shouldn't rush to judgment over a soundbite or a video bite or whatever you want to call it. Now, I also saw another YouTuber who is in the same genre as I am, or I should say I'm in his genre, being that he has a larger following than I do. His name was Martin Brodil, if I'm not mistaken. I caught a video he did about this. I watched his channel. It's a pretty decent channel. I like what he has to say in some of the videos. He was apparently reading, I guess, an article from the computer about something while he was filming himself, and he was talking to us. He was saying that there's a Secret Service officer that was attending a function with, I guess, Joe Biden and other political pundits, and in pictures or something, Joe reached over and like touched his girlfriend's breast or something, and the agent got upset, and an altercation occurred, and he pushed Joe or something like that. I don't know if any of this is true, because none of this came out in the media. No one's really talking about it, so this could just be me. I heard this from someone who heard this from someone who heard this, and it's one of those things. So it doesn't necessarily have to be true. We should scrutinize everything we see and hear naturally. Now, there hasn't been any reports or lawsuits or any complaints filed against Creepy Joe. He is thinking of running for president. Polls said that he would probably have the best opportunity to beat Trump out of everyone on the left, because it seems like the left is completely destroyed. I mean, they have they have socialist Sanders, they have Kamala Harris, they have Cory Booker. Pocahontas Warren. Who do they have that's going to do good? I like how they're ignoring some of the other candidates that are running. Gabbard, they're ignoring her. That they're not really speaking about her much. I think she, would have a much better. I would assume she would have a much better chance of resonating with the voters, being that she's a little more moderate than the rest of them are. She served this country. She appears to not, stand party first. She's gone across the aisle to work with Republicans on a few issues. She's spoke badly and poorly in the past, in some ways about her own party. So it seems like she's, trying to be as fair as she possibly can. And that's probably why they don't want to speak about it very much, because she's not going to be able to push this progressive movement that they're looking to push. And she's not very much of a progressive. She's more of a moderate Democrat, which, I definitely won't vote for her. I'm going to vote for Trump no matter what. I won't vote for a Democrat. But at least she would have the best odds of being able to resonate with you would think, at least to resonate with the voters and to put on a better fight for the office of the presidency than the others that are there doing what they're doing. I can't imagine how anyone, if Harris wins or if Sanders wins, if any of these far left radical progressives, aka socialists, win the primaries, this country's not going to go for them. The country's not going to pick them. They don't want, the country's not going to want socialists in office. They're not going to want any type of socialist policies being implemented more so than we already have. We don't need. We just don't need that. What are they going to do? Look at Venezuela. Venezuela is a complete shithole. It's a socialist country, and look what it's done. And I know the socialists out there and people on the left are going to say, well, that's not real socialism, because nothing's ever real socialism to them, right? You can have a socialist country, a communist country that will fail because they all failed. They all have failed. None of them have ever reached a level of success. They will always say that wasn't real socialism, and then they would blame the 1%, the working, the owner class. They'll blame America. They'll find a scapegoat. They'll find a monster that caused the downfall of that society, other than what really caused the downfall of that society, which is the monster itself, socialism. But they won't do that. They rather point the fingers at something else and say that's what done it, right? Now you have Venezuela falling to pieces. It's funny how no one is advocating for us to take in refugees from Venezuela. Why? Because when those people get here, they're not going to vote Democrat. They're not going to vote for a socialist society. They're not going to want that. They're not going to vote for far left political ideologues to run office. They're not going to want that because they're fleeing that. They're trying to get away from the lack of pursuit of happiness, of happiness and property and prosperity and stuff like that they're fleeing from. They would want to be here so they can live the life that they were supposed to live in Venezuela, or at least the life that they were living prior to the administration that's there right now. So you won't see any of that happening. And this is what our American politicians right now on the left, this is what they're advocating for. They want to bring us closer to Venezuela. They want us to be, that's their model of socialism right now, Venezuela, and it's one excuse after the next with them of why Venezuela is falling apart. It's funny because if you blame America, if you say, well, America is the reason why Venezuela is falling apart like this, right? Ignoring the fact that they're socialists. But you want socialism here, it's like, well, we are America, right? America is the problem, the reason why that socialist country is falling, and you want to bring socialism here to America, where Americans are. So we're going to be the reason for the downfall again. It just doesn't make any sense. Right now, we're still the wealthiest nation. We're still the most powerful nation in the world. So why would you want to change that? Wouldn't you want to make us better, stronger, a better economic system? Why would you want to change what we already have? I'm sitting here with all of these luxuries, right? I just lost roughly 45 pounds, and yet I'm still overweight, being an American. And it's so hard to lose this weight because the abundance of food is everywhere, right? Not the same in a socialist country. There is no food. You wait on a line all day just to get a piece of bread, which Bernie Sanders in the 1980s in a video thinks that's like that's great because the wealthy were taking all the bread. That means that people have to wait in line. It's a good thing so they can get their bread, not the wealthy. It's like, no, that's not a good thing, because poor people here in America go right across the street to the store and buy whatever the hell they want. They buy their bread. No one is stealing food from you. We're the fattest nation, the most obese, morbidly obese nation on the country in the world. And most of the obesity problem is with poorer people who have less education. They tend to make bad decisions. They don't make educated decisions. So it leads to stuff like obesity and lack of resources and other stuff. So no, the 1% is not stealing food from it. People are not starving to death because of the 1%er. It's just the common basic excuse that they always point to. and it's just wrong. It's just factually wrong. How is it that the poorest people here in America make up, the higher percentage of people who are morbidly obese? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Venezuela's a shithole because they brought socialism there, plain and simple. And every socialist country that's ever existed failed in the 20th century. Them and the communist states are responsible for over 150 million deaths, for destroying the economic systems there. We don't need that here in America, and this is what we got on the left, the people running for the presidency on the left with your typical Harris and Sanders and Warren and all the rest of the clowns. So, Biden is the best choice, I guess, being that he was vice president. He served 8 years in the Obama administration. He has a wealth of experience being a senator for all these years. He has all the right connections. He's probably the best suited out of everyone running on the left at the moment that can help rig the system. The system will be rigged for him. So I guess, yeah, they would rather Biden run. And I don't think Biden is a far left progressive. I don't think he goes that far to the left, maybe a little past moderate, but it doesn't matter because with the ultra left, anything to the right of Bernie Sanders is a Nazi, is a white supremacist, is a right wing conservative lunatic. So it's just, at this point he might as well just come out and say he's a conservative because that's how the progressive movement is looking at him. Here right now we have an issue, especially here in New York City with Democrats, with infighting amongst the Democrats, with the progressive and the moderate Democrats who are now at each other's throat, where this idiot mayor that we have, de Blasio, and our idiot Governor Andrew Bozo, who wanted to get the Amazon deal here, and it didn't work out because of AOC, Ocasio-Cortez ruined all that for them, and now she's backpedaling and saying that now it's okay if they do come. Oh, thank you for giving them permission to come, AOC. We appreciate you for allowing them to come afterwards, right? So now that there's a little infighting amongst it, they're criticizing her and they're saying that the progressive movement is kind of damaging the Democratic Party. So, but yeah, it's damaging the party because they eat their own. So we love it for us. All of these people that I'm mentioning are a godsend for us. I mean, they're really going to help us out in 2020 when Trump wins. So Biden is the very best bet. He has not put his candidacy in yet, and it could be because maybe he's afraid that once he starts running, his Democratic counterparts are going to call out the fact that he's very creepy with children, the way he touches them. Maybe there's some truth to the incident with the Secret Service agent who pushed him. Maybe that will come to light. If it's true, I don't know. Maybe some of his comments about busing in black children, maybe there is some truth to it, and maybe that will get brought to light. Maybe there's reasons that he don't want to run yet because there's things like this are gonna pop up. But then I always look at, if he's the opposition, all Democrats are opposition, and if they're taking shots at Trump, how come the Trump administration is not letting on to any of this stuff that I just mentioned about Creepy Joe? How come they're not saying anything? How come Fox News is not reporting it? How come no one is really reporting it? They're not really talking about it, and maybe there's just not enough evidence. Maybe it's just something people, they see something, they feel something, but they don't really want to say anything just yet because the dots are not fully connected, and they don't want to embarrass themselves, so they don't want to say anything stupid, and then it falls on deaf ears, and then they just look bad. I don't know what it is, but if there is some truth to anything I mentioned about Creepy Joe, I hope it does come to light. I hope people do get to see him for what he is. If it's the truth, if it's not, and it's all bullshit, then obviously I don't want bullshit to come out and ruin somebody over nonsense. Although that's what they want for us. You better believe that's what they want for us. They don't give a shit. They want us to be ruined completely, and it doesn't matter if it's truth or lies. They'll just make shit up about us. They just don't give a shit. They want to ruin any right winger, any conservative, any Republican, libertarian. They just want you gone. They're willing to do anything that they possibly can. I mean, they'll arrest you on bullshit charges. They'll they'll just do anything. They don't give a shit. So And we have more morals than that, right? We call for due process. We're not like that. We're not like that to throw someone under the bus just because. We believe in due process. We believe in the Fifth Amendment, but they don't. So it's how it is. Maybe we need to abandon our morals in order to have an equal footing. Maybe we need to act just like our enemies. This way we can, put them up against the wall like they have us, and we need to stop being cowards. We need to stand up. We need to fight back. Because right now we're losing. We lost the culture war. We need to fight it back. Although I hear a lot of people saying that conservatism is the new counterculture. Hopefully it is. And hopefully we can stand up and fight back, and we can become the dominant culture and start pushing back on them and create a more just, more moral society than we have been. Because right now our country has been demoralized. So that's all I have to say. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next video.